Thank you, sir. Audio. Nice. That looks really good. So that's completely clear.
There's a little bit of haze.
Just high clouds? Yeah. Okay, yeah, just some high clouds.
So it was making the focus kind of
okay, right.
Yeah, that's probably the best one I got.
Nice.
So I'm going to have to take it.
Okay, thank you. Just taking a look at different moon shots we're going to be putting up on the 10 p.m. broadcast this evening. We've got tonight's, we've got tonight's harvest supermoon. David wants to know, how do you know when a chicken is evil? When she keeps laying devil eggs. Yeah, when those are the deviled eggs. Yeah, that's a bad sign, right? Bad sign, a bad sign. Hey, Marcy, good to see you. Paul, good evening. We've got some chances. Good evening and God's peace to you and yours on a Monday night. Bill Taylor, Ken's 5 Digital Center. It was a warm one today, a little more humid, but at least with humidity, we're going to have a chance of getting some much needed rain. It's been a minute. So temperatures were up there today. Remember, we should only be hitting about 85 or 86 this time of year. Instead, we're going low 90s across the area, even mid 90s for Seguin, Gonzales. Do you call 94 mid-90s? There's our question for tonight. Does it start at 94, mid-90s, and go to 96 or 97? That's upper 90s at 97, or is that still mid? I always get confused there. What do y'all think? Hey, John Boyle, Medina, Texas. Hey, Megan, supermoon. You saw it. Awesome. What's really neat, this is a little supermoon streak. We'll hit one tonight, but then we've got one coming in November, and we've got one coming in December. We're going to have 3 supermoons in a row. And it's what happens is, this is when the moon on its orbit of the Earth reaches what's called its perigee, which is when it's closest to the Earth. So it's really cool. You get a much larger on the moon rise, especially. It looks enormous in the sky. Enormous. So what do y'all think? Is 94 mid-90s? Is 97 mid-90s? I mean, I know 95, 96 for sure. I know this. Hey, Michelle, heating away? Oh, not yet. Are you ready for those sweaters? I know you got some nice new sweaters ready to go. It's just not cold front time yet. We saw some sea breeze showers. This will be what could cool us off a little bit, is if we get under one of these showers. Now let me back this up about 12 hours and give you a look. And you'll see it was sea drift up towards Bay City, and then it really filled in over Goliad and Victoria and trying to get northwest. Only a couple of little sprinkles into Wilson and Gonzales counties this afternoon. Nothing into Bear. Boy, it sure got close there. Watch this. Right near Calaveras Lake, this one little sprinkle, right. This is about it. I mean, I'm not expecting much of a difference on Tuesday or Wednesday. The chances are there. We'll run them at 10% both afternoons. It'll just be afternoon heating that could get something started for us. See, it does have a couple little downpours. Look at that over Medina Lake at 2 o'clock. That would be nice. So that's about the most filled in the radar would be right there. And that's not bad, right? And then a little thinner on Wednesday. The ridge is expected to strengthen as we get into mid and later days of this work week. So once we get to heating, you can see it's really out west that we see the best coverage. But also another 10% chances in the forecast. Then by Thursday, Friday, the high is expected to really kind of gain the upper hand. And that means 0 rain chances as we get closer to the weekend. And still not significant. I mean, 10, 20%, and this is it, isolated. You know, I mean, a thunderstorm, long shot. Now, there is a front that could bring in some showers north areas of our viewing area. I would say the hill country at best. Nothing for San Antonio, I don't believe. And that'll be early Wednesday. Lynn's so ready. I know. It's at some point. I've got some cooler temps than what we're seeing. Do I have cool temps? No. Cooler. Let's say not as hot on the 14-day forecast. Hello, Lori. Good to see you. Blessings to you too, Zoila. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a good evening. Midland. I don't think so. Midland's got a longer shot than we do because of what showers we could get are really more sea breeze, and since we're closer to the Gulf, we'll have that better opportunity. But even that better opportunity is 10%. Midland, I don't expect anything that far, but now with the front, yes. So as you get into Wednesday, I think you'll have a better chance of showers and thunderstorms. Hey, Terry, let's do it. Lord, give us rain. Amen. Definitely praying for rain. Gots to keep on praying for rain. All right. To the tropics we go. You can see, there are 2 name systems. Now, if you look at the X there, in the Eastern Pacific I'm talking about, the red X below San Salvador, that's the next potential storm. And with it red, that means there's a high potential that becomes the next name storm. There's 2 systems. If you look at the end of that, I'll call it a track, and because that's the projected track over the 7-day period. At the very end of it is Priscilla, and then left of Priscilla is Octave. And those are 2 active name storms, obviously, with a third one on the way. Eastern Pacific has had quite a season. Now, we do have a slight chance, but it's even maybe less than slight. Low probability we get a name storm in the Bay of Campeche. You could see the yellow X over the Yucatan Peninsula. That's going to move across in the next 5 to 7 days and out over the open water of the bay. Maybe we get a storm out of that one. But farther east, and you'll see that we've got a much higher chance of seeing a storm develop out in the Atlantic. This could be Jerry. It does take a hard right and probably avoid the Gulf of Mexico or the Caribbean for that matter, and just kind of a glancing blow for Puerto Rico. That wouldn't be bad on the western side of the storm center if this does become a big storm. It'll at least be on the quieter side, if you will, as it takes that right turn, putting the islands and the island of Puerto Rico on the right or left side, which isn't as bad. Terry, it did. You know, when I saw some of the, convective clouds building at about 1:30 or so, I saw some good vertical build. I said, boy, that's some good convection. I actually did a little video outside our station here, because it was when I pulled into the station that I said, man, we might actually get an isolated shower maybe by tomorrow, is what I said on that video, because I just didn't think it would happen here today. But we might. I mean, at least the environment's not completely under the influence of high pressure. If that was the case, we wouldn't even see that vertical build in the clouds. We would see them more horizontal, or we wouldn't see any at all, which would have been nice for tonight's supermoon, because if we could have cleared out, man, it's spectacular, because when it's closer, it's brighter too. Usually, like a good 10 to 15% brighter. Makes a difference. Megan, I love when it's cool and sunny with high winds. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect weather. That's bottled weather. So let's check out the 14-day. Like I said, the next 2 afternoons, I showed you maybe an isolated shower. It's not probable, but it is possible. Nothing too exciting, I'll say that. Nothing too exciting. All right, 10% chance tomorrow and Wednesday, 20% chance next Tuesday and Wednesday. So the Tuesdays and Wednesdays have the rain chances, and they're not very good ones. You can also see the weekends. We've got a pretty warm one this second weekend of October, but then the third one, 18th and 19th, is when we have that north wind and temperatures a little more seasonal. Some fabulous mornings are in the forecast. A lot can change between now and then, but right now, that looks good, doesn't it? Mornings around 60, even upper 50s, afternoons mid-80s. That's October in San Antonio. That's exactly where we should be. When is the next winter storm? Oh gosh, there's not one in the forecast, Kyler, not yet. Could be, no rains, no flooding rains. Happy 69th to Carrie on bus 76. Happy birthday, Carrie. Thank you for all you do on bus 76. Stay safe. And happy birthday. Oh, mid to low 60s. Megan's ready. That's going to maybe be February, right? That's a February forecast. Maybe January. Yeah, that is nice stuff too. Get those lows in the 40s, nice chilly mornings. Always nice. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me on this Monday night. I love you all. God bless you. And we will see you on Ken's 5 News at 10.